Trump has said that he wants to get rid of DEI, de-wokeify stuff, and recently he has put out a statement that he will be working with the Smithsonian Museum to help them better write history so that it's not so anti-American. That's how I see it. However, let us watch this completely unbiased and completely fair story by CNN.
I love CNN. The wokies want to take our history.
So the Trump administration is now taking on the Smithsonian, ordering a wide-ranging review of current and scheduled exhibitions at this iconic institution. They're taking a look at everything, it appears. The exhibits themselves, the text on museum walls, what appears on websites and on social media. It's the latest move by the White House to impose the president's view on American culture and try to purge and go along with his very public disdain of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And today, the president will be at the Kennedy Center, another institution that he took over, announcing this year's honorees. Joining us right now is CNN's Brian Stelter for more on this. And when you talk about the Smithsonian...
Okay, to be fair, I think she did a good job of presenting that one. Of presenting it up until now. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think her
I mean, you can hear the...
You can hear it, but the words... the words seem okay, right?
Well, is it just his views? Because she was distinct to say that.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I take issue. So I don't
bias.
think she did a good job here. Yeah. I mean, she's saying things
I guess she could summarize it differently. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the largest collection of museums in the world. There are 21 properties that make up the Smithsonian. This will have a very big impact. What are you hearing about or seeing about how they'll go about this review?
Yeah, there's an overarching question here for all the viewers watching at home. Do you want Trump White House political appointees, political aides, vetting the tone and the content and the framing of museum exhibits?
Okay, he asked us a question.
Yeah, as long as it's honest and true to the history.
I ask another question. Who was doing it? Who was doing it before? At least with Trump, I know it will be happy and pro-America.
Yeah.
Who was doing it before? That's my only question.
These White House aides say they will be looking for content that they want it to be, they say, historically accurate, uplifting, and inclusive, portraying America's heritage.
Okay, that doesn't sound bad. Historically accurate. I forgot the other stuff, but
Inclusive.
It sounded good.
Portraying America's heritage.
Right.
They say they're
Good
going to
enough.
look for
All right.
opportunities to make, quote, content corrections where necessary, replacing divisive or ideologically driven language with unifying and historically accurate language.
Sure,
Of course,
sounds
who
good.
decides?
So that's pretty much what's going on. That's the background, right? It seems like Trump wants to get rid of negative language. That's what I'm getting from all of this. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting from it. And they want to make sure it's very pro-America, not very rude. No, I'm going to stop. I don't know what I was going to say there.
It just seems like he doesn't want it to be overly negative.
Yeah.
But still
There you go,
accurate.
negative. I couldn't get that word. So I said put rude there instead.
All right.
Anyways, let's move on.
Okay. So Jillian Michaels was recently on Abby Phillips' show, and they were talking, or this topic came up. And this is a clip that is going pretty viral, I would say. I've seen it a couple of times now. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it really quick.
He's gone into the Smithsonian, and he's effectively now has some random person deciding what is appropriate for the Smithsonian to teach in terms of American history, things that don't offend parts of the MAGA base, right? So we're now literally reviewing parts of American history and parts of American culture to make sure it comports with Dear Leader and what the MAGA
Can we
organization
address
wants.
some of those things that are in there?
Yes,
Because,
please,
Have
Jillian.
you looked at some of
I'm
the
ready.
things that are being reviewed?
Slavery was a bad thing that was to talk about.
Okay.
Like, forgive me for
not
saying
They right away go to slavery.
I know.
He's not. No,
Okay.
he's not. And you cannot tie imperialism and racism and slavery to just one race, which is pretty much what every single exhibit does. But let's talk about the fact that when you
can't tie slavery.
let's talk about the
You can't
fact
tie
that
Slavery in America was.
do you know that only less than
She was so
2%
close.
of white Americans
She was so close to getting
And they went straight to
getting an
racism.
example.
owned slaves.
But it was a system of white
Do
supremacy.
you
know,
realize that
African
slavery
Americans
is
were
thousands
slaves
of
and
years old?
White people were
Do you know
the slave
who
owners.
was the first race to
I didn't
try
realize
to
this was
end
controversial.
slavery?
Wait a second.
Well, what's controversial?
No one said it was controversial.
This is an extraordinary exercise in historical revisionism. I would say.
I'm really
Historical
surprised.
revisionism. Do you realize that
Jillian, I'm surprised that you're trying to litigate who
Wow,
was
they're
the
not giving her a
beneficiary of
chance.
slavery and
I'm
who
not.
was
What I'm trying to tell you
in
is
the
that
context of American history.
Okay.
In the context of American history, what are you saying is incorrect by
I'm
saying
is
that
you
it was white
cannot-
people oppressing black people?
Every single thing is like, oh, no, this is all because white people bad. And that's just not the truth. Like, for example, every single exhibit, I have a list of every single
Let's go
one.
through them,
Like,
Jillian.
People migrated from Cuba because white people bad. Not because
Okay.
of...
Now, do you think they will engage with the example she just gave?
Oh yeah, no, they're not. They're not going to give her any validity.
Well, let's see, shall we? No, maybe they will.
Okay.
Maybe they will.
All right,
Yes,
mate, I'll
no,
give them
it's
the
in
benefit of the doubt.
there. That's what I'm saying. You don't actually know what's in there. Do you know that when you walk in the
Jillian,
front
what
door,
what
the
exactly?
first thing you see is the gay flag?
Jillian, you have a lot of stuff in front
Yeah,
of
I
you.
do,
What
because I don't,
exactly
because here's the
are
thing.
you talking about?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Yeah, please.
There's one called Change Your Game, right? This has been an installation there. Is gender testing fair?
Okay, so they didn't engage with the Cuba thing, but now she's doing another one. Let's see.
Is gender testing fair in sports? Does that, and then it goes on to talk about how it's complex to do gender testing in sports. It's not complex. It's basic science. That's untrue. It's XX chromosome, XY chromosome. That's sports. Is it fair to have biological men competing against biological women in sports? No. But why is this in the Smithsonian? So it's been completely captured.
First of all, I don't.
And
think
it's totally
we don't.
partisan.
First of all, we don't have time to litigate
Of
all of
course
this.
we don't, because then
now we don't got time.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Everything is racialized, just like you're trying to do to me now. It's like, oh, I can't believe you're trying to
love you, Jillian.
suggest, that
Just
slavery
to
is
be
a good
clear,
thing.
you brought up race.
No,
this was a conversation about the arts, and you brought up race.
It isn't.
You
though.
brought up.
And now
The
she's
whole point
gaslighting.
of
Hold
this
on,
is that
Jillian.
the issue
You
people
brought
take-
up. You brought up slavery, and you brought
No,
up the
actually
question
didn't.
of whether. Hold
You
on.
did.
You brought
No,
up
she
the
did
question
not.
of whether or not slavery in the United States is about race. The answer is
No, I didn't.
yes.
I
Slavery
did not say
in the
that.
United States
don't
is
straw man
about
my argument,
race.
because that's not what I said.
So what are
she
you
brought
talking
up
about?
slavery.
Yes.
And what I was talking about is that this isn't really about that. When you make every single exhibit about white imperialism when it isn't relevant at all, that is a problem. So when you're talking about Cubans leaving Cuba and you make it about white people bad, that's not accurate.
Can I just
Okay.
say, zooming
That's
out,
my point.
on
All
the-
right,
on
we're
the-
going to move on
I
from
was saying
that.
on the arts thing, I think why this is
Wow, that is trash.
Yeah.
Absolute trash.
Did you hear when she was like,
Jillian or the host?
no, so there was a where she was like, first of all, we don't have time to litigate this, and she was like, of course we don't, because then you lose the argument. Did you hear that?
Oh, is that what she said?
I don't
And
think
it's totally
we don't. First
partisan.
of all, we don't have time to litigate
Of
all of
course
this.
we don't, because then you're going to
But I
lose.
do. No.
Yeah.
Everything is racialized.
Dude, I love Jillian.
They wanted to gaslight her into, no, you brought up slavery. Dude, what are you talking about, lady?
What's
me-
so
let me
frustrating
just
is
show you what
every single
happened.
one of them has similar energy, dude, where they just the smirk on their face, where they're so focused on trying to make her feel like she's in the wrong.
They're trying to make her feel dumb through looks, and it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yes.
But look.
Can we
Organization
address
wants.
some of those things that
So-
are in there? Because have you looked at some of the things that
Yeah,
are being
slavery.
reviewed?
Yeah, slavery was a bad thing that was to talk about.
Okay,
There it is.
Oh.
Slavery right
Who brought
away.
up slavery?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's so annoying. Anyways, they fully wanted to gaslight my girl Jillian, and I'm
And they
not
didn't.
having it.
Nope.
So there it is.
got your back, Jillian.
They brought up slavery first. Jillian was smart enough to be able to point it out right away because she's
Right.
awesome. And then, no, I'm not making that joke.
What?
Okay,
What? Make the joke.
just a shame she's a lesbian. Like that sucks.
All right.
Just,
So
just what a waste, dude. You know. All right.
Focus, daydreamer.
All right, sorry. All right. Anyways, so I went back because they fully gaslit me, dude. I went back through to look for the full interaction because I'm like, maybe Jillian did bring up slavery before. We will link it down below if you want to listen to the whole thing because they don't have a video, which is also side note. It's hard to find this show. Like they only have it in podcast form, so they don't even have a video form. And even the podcast thing on the description, it doesn't say who's the guest. So I had to go through like 3 different ones, skipping through until I heard Jillian's voice.
That has to be intentional. That has to be intentional.
It's so stupid. Anyways, I went back and listened to that podcast to make sure Jillian didn't bring it up first. She did not. They gaslit me, dude. They had me thinking she might have.
Even after watching it.
Well, because
that
it's only a 3-minute clip. And so
you think they cut it?
I thought maybe previously or something there was something else that she had said, you know?
Got it.
Because it's a 40-minute long podcast or thing.
Oh, I see. So, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jillian on the show Her Take gave a much more detailed explanation of what is going on. If you guys want to see that, it is linked down below. It starts like at around the 51-minute mark for her explanation. We're not going to go through that one because we don't have time. We're kind of running out of time here. But we will go through Jillian's X post that she posted after this happened. So here it is. I'm going to just summarize it. What she's saying is Trump is not trying to erase slavery. He's just trying to show how inaccurate and biased certain institutions are, and he wants to get away from that. That is the claim. Whether or not that will happen, that might be different. That might be up for debate. But that is what he is claiming, and that's what Jillian is saying she's on board with. She's saying you cannot keep saying white people bad, white people to blame for everything.
Right.
That's pretty much what she's saying. And so she gave a pretty good background of the whole Cuba thing that she was saying on there. And then she gave another example of what the exhibit that she's referencing says. So here it is. Again, we're not going to go through it, but it does pretty much say white people bad when it's not the full thing. And again, she explains that, yes, the US has done things to destabilize other countries and they have intervened where they should not intervene. She is largely anti-interventionist, but it is not a complete and honest portrayal of what happened in Cuba for one to say white people caused all of it.
Right.
That's kind of her summary. And so again, I largely agree.
It's simple though, right? Okay. What Trump is proposing is to be accurate, right? The Smithsonian crew had already agreed that they're together with Trump and whoever he's going to be appointing to lead this effort, right? If you truly want accurate information to be part of it, work with them, right? Say, okay, look, maybe we can figure this out. But even then, they're not even giving that a shot, right? I hear no one giving that an opportunity.
Okay, to be fair to the left, I get the because if the roles were reversed, right? And Biden, let's say Biden was still in charge or Kamala or whoever,
sure,
and they were saying, you know what, we're going to work with the Smithsonian to make sure that history is more accurate and that it's more inclusive. Again, the same exact words that Trump is using. We would be worried that they're going to wokeify it. That would be the issue. That would be the outrage. So to be fair to them,
put someone in there.
They are right to be outraged. My only issue with it is that they're outraged too soon.
Outraged? Yes, I would say they would be right to be concerned, not outraged. Right?
No,
what are you
I think
outraged
they're right
about?
Outraged.
Because the only thing that they would be outraged about is removing the wokeification.
If somebody is rewriting your country's history to reflect something that you do not agree with, yes, I do think you should be outraged for that. That's where I'm going with this. And concerned.
Assuming that Trump is not going to be accurate because it goes against it's just he's in opposition to them always.
Right. So I get the outrage. I understand it. And so largely I'm not super like, you guys suck. But it is making it hard to care when they're outraged about everything. Everything Trump does is bad. I do see, fine, it's fair, but he hasn't done anything yet. How about you wait till he does something, and then once he does something that's genuinely not good, or erasing history or rewriting or whatever in a bad way that isn't accurate, then we attack him. That's fine.
Okay, so what's going to happen? What's the plan with all of this? Is there anything new or developed from this? Or
as far as everything that I've read, no, there's nothing new, but everything that I've read is Trump is working and he's going to give recommendations and stuff. He doesn't actually have any power here. As far as what we've seen.
From what I understand, he doesn't have the power, but he can at least, the Smithsonian is going to work with the administration to some level.
Maybe.
So I hope that they're going to stay as accurate to the history as possible without trying to throw all this woke stuff in it, right?
But again, you being on the right and then me kind of identifying with the right now too.
Yeah.
I trust him more than the left. And
yeah.
For sure. But yeah, anyways. Final thoughts. Do you think Trump is a dictatorial authoritarian? Sorry, I get the words all mixed up.
No, I don't. But he's just very strong in his presence. But I don't think he's a dictator at all.
Yes, I agree.